My name is Teacher Adrian. Never thought I'd ever say that before. Actually, after my little sojourn in Colombia, I said I would never ever teach English again, and yet here I sit in my classroom where I teach English in the mornings and sometimes now in the evenings since it's summer. In China, I teach English to my little Chinese children, and it is wonderful and I love it. So I decided to go ahead and make this video to just kind of give everyone an update on what it's like and what I think about it. And maybe you've thought about trying to find a way to pick up extra income for your family. You thought I could never teach ever in a million years, or just whatever the thoughts may be. It was actually a video like this from my friend Melissa that I did theater with in high school that got me into this job. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to pay it forward and make a video like this for other people out there to understand. So I say the very first thing I love about this job is self-scheduling. I get to choose when I want to work and when I don't. And I get to teach from home in my pajamas, which is wonderful. Also, the relationships. The particular companies that I work for are one-on-one, so I really can get to know the students I have in my class. This next week, I have a student who booked me 6 times. Why he'd want to see my face that many times in a week, I don't know. But he's a lot of fun. We laugh through class. You just really can build relationships with these students. The only downside to that is that for the majority of ESL companies, no hours are guaranteed. The parents are in charge of booking you. Sometimes they can use a liaison. It depends on the company, but most of the time I am responsible for marketing myself, and then they choose me based on what they see. My profile, my pictures, my video. It's really kind of interesting. So the 2 companies that I work for VIPKID, so where I started back in May. A few things I love about VIPKID. The number one, far and beyond, it's what I've heard from Facebook, YouTube, other teachers that work for multiple companies. Favorite thing about VIPKID is teacher training. Teacher training. Wow. I would not be the teacher I am today without their workshops. They are phenomenal at helping you gain the skills that you need to be a successful online teacher and online teacher business person. They just cover everything, and it is phenomenal. I love their teaching. Even if I may only get low bookings with them, I will probably always stay with that company just because their teacher training is phenomenal. Also with that, they are a very established company, which means most of the kinks are worked out. The contracts, they've got their policies in place. Things don't really change that much. I mean, they have some slight changes here and there, maybe curriculum or something, but it's an established company. It's got over 200,000 students. I think that may actually be much higher now. It's got over 50,000 teachers and is continuing to grow. It is a huge company, very established. The problem with that then can be there's a whole lot of teachers. So if you really want to start getting those regular students and filling up your schedule, you really have to focus on that self-marketing. You really have to focus on becoming that unique teacher that everyone loves so you can start getting your schedule filled. So that can be a little bit of a challenge, but honestly, it's really not it can take a few months to get there. So if you're looking for someplace you're going to get booked right away and be completely full, not going to happen. I know a lot of people, once they got hired, were really disappointed because they didn't feel like they were getting anything. And VIPKID began implementing some programs to help change that. The thing I also really love is VIPKID listens to their teachers. They really do. They take their teachers' input very seriously. If they think something needs to change in the classroom or with a policy, they really listen to what their teachers have to say. And that's a really big deal. So I just love that company overall. But I also learned something from some other YouTube videos was don't always put all your eggs in one basket. So I went ahead and picked up another job on the side with another company called Gogokid. Just started with them a couple weeks ago. The pros about them is they are more flexible with finishing the slide material because they are focusing more on the younger students, on the students that most other companies don't want. Most companies start with students 4 or 5 years old. Gogokid is kind of focusing a little bit more on the younger crowd, starting with 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds. And so those people that are just starting to learn the language. So it's a little interesting. But they are much more flexible. If you can't finish the slide material, not a big deal. Cater the class to your student, which I think is really cool. They also are a brand new company. Their major campaign has not released in China. It's scheduled to release this month, which means right now, really not that many bookings. I've taught only one class. So there's really not tons of students right now, but the campaign is scheduled to go out this month. They are expecting a slew of students coming in with the new school year. And right now, their main focus is getting the teachers in place. Also with that, something they are doing that is super awesome is until September 1st currently, any hours that you open with them for peak time with 48-hour notice, if nobody books it, you get 60% of your pay. So what that means is I've cut out a couple of the areas of my schedule that I've given to VIPKID that weren't really getting booked. I cut those out, gave them to Gogokid. If I don't get booked in those particular slots that are considered peak time, I get 60% of my pay, which is awesome. Also with that, they have a point system, which is interesting. It allows for a different way of cancellations. Like with some of your companies, you get a certain amount of cancellations and your contract can be terminated. With Gogokid, not the case. You have a certain amount of points you earn for finishing classes, and if you need to cancel, you'll lose some points, you can gain them back. So it's a really interesting system. I like it that way. If you are dog tired, sick with the flu, and you need to cancel your class, you don't have to worry about your contract being in jeopardy because you can earn those points back. So I think that's kind of awesome. But right now, as I said, slow bookings. Right now, not very many to choose from. If you're looking for a company to fill that schedule up real quick, not the company. But because it is a newer company, once they do start rolling in, there's less teachers, more likely to be fully booked in the long run. Also, as a newer company, there is a bigger chance for secondary positions. Most companies have what are called secondary positions that are mentor positions for very high-level teachers. If you've proven yourself to be above and beyond the crowd, you might get an invitation to be a mentor. So then you can help train and interview other teachers, and it's just really cool. Coming in on the ground floor of a new company that's very similar to VIPKID, which is already an established company, but doing things a little differently. It's as if they've really kind of learned from some of the mistakes maybe, and are kind of coming in to one up. So we'll see how it goes. Very interesting. And yes, you can work for more than one company at one time as long as you don't cross-share anything. I can't go to Gogokid and say, hey, you should do this for a workshop. No. You need to make sure that you are abiding by the confidentiality rules of both companies. But more and more, most teachers work for more than one company. And also with Gogokid right now, not very established, things change. So if you're not looking for something where there could be frequent changes, probably not for you. But overall, these are the two companies I work for. I'm super excited about it. I just actually went into some of the new stuff for Gogokid with another teacher last night. We got to chat through the new platform and play through the curriculum, and it was a lot of fun. I really like their curriculum. I'm really excited to get to teach some more classes with them and see how it goes. But overall, I just love working for both companies. I mean, both companies have fantastic things to offer, and I'll let you in on the secret about pay. These companies pay wow. With Gogokid, I actually make per hour what is base pay in the nursing job at the hospital I used to work at. Wow. Yeah. I get paid the same as what I was when I was nursing in a hospital, which is really kind of crazy to think about. But, it's really awesome. You can't really make that much money elsewhere, especially not working from home in your pajamas. So even if you just want to open up a few mornings and work 2 to 3 hours a week. Hey, 2 to 3 hours a week is some extra income. It may not be tons, but every little bit goes a long way, right? And for me, I have just loved it because it really is like performing a play every morning. This is my student. I get to entertain them. We get to laugh. We get to have fun. I get to throw crazy props through the air. Today we did dress the teacher. It's just a lot of fun. And if anyone is interested in learning more about Gogokid or VIPKID, the requirements for hire for both is super simple. Bachelor's degree, native English speaker from North America. That's it. And a U.S. citizen, but I guess if you're a citizen and able to work, I guess if you're from North America, then you're most likely a citizen and able to work from either Canada or U.S. But anyway, bachelor's degree at any subject, and able to work in the North America from North America. They just want the North American accent. Doesn't matter what part of North America, they just want whatever you got. So if you're interested, feel free to shoot me a message, shoot me an email, and I will get back to you. I would love to help you through whatever process you're thinking about. And, the main things that they're looking for is just experience with kids. If you've ever taught at church, if you've ever helped with vacation Bible school, if you have ever taught dance class or worked at a church camp or any way, shape, or form ever worked with children, that's all they care about. Because they've come to realize that it's not about teaching experience as much as it is about experience with building relationships with children. If you've worked in daycare, if you have done anything with children, you could be fantastic. And so, I would be more than willing to help coach you through the process, give you tips, Skype calls. This is a whole new world and a whole lot of fun. And I have a sense the industry will continue to grow and expand, maybe other countries to other speakers. It's probably the ground floor of a huge industry. So it's exciting to see where it'll go. And that is my update. I will let you know more maybe as the time goes on. Probably I'll let you know more as the time goes on. Maybe as I start getting some more with both companies. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or message me, and I would love to help you through the process. And until then, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.